And since it is also the end of the year and we'll be transitioning into a new year, consistency is going to be a big attraction, marketing type plan for you as well, because people are they're looking to start over from 2020. 2020 was rough for a lot of people. We always know about the New Year's resolutions and stuff that are coming up. So people are going to be looking and seeing, oh, I want to do this. I want to make more money in the new year. I want to start a business in the new year. I want to be healthier. I want to feel good about myself in the new year. All those sort of things. We all know that that's how health and wellness companies get really good jump starts in the beginning of the year, because the weight loss thing. But people are also looking for self-care. They're looking for treating themselves as well after a long, hard year, and treating their children and during the holidays and for gifts. So consistency right now is really, really going to be beneficial to you as a whole, for closing your month strong, closing your year strong, and starting your year and next month even stronger. So I know we basically know the basics of being consistent, but we're going to go over it just in case, because we know how the holidays hangover is. You're tired. You're finally getting to relax. You're like me, just getting home from being somewhere else for a whole week, like your parents' house. And so you need to make sure that you're doing your posts, not only business posts, but personal posts. You're doing lives, you're posting in your stories, you're adding new friends. This is going to be a really big and important one in the new year as well. You're doing opportunity posts, and you're being inspirational and influential to your audience. Okay. And also you want to make sure as you're doing that, you are wanting to interact with your audience, especially your audience that is outside of your pharmacy circles. Okay. You need to be interacting with those people that are not pharmacy influencers, that are not pharmacy customers. Okay. You see this girl that you just added, I don't know, a month ago, and she's talking about her daughter, and it was just her birthday. Comment on her daughter's birthday picture, like those posts, say, oh my God, she's so beautiful. Obviously, don't be fake, but we all know 5-year-old girls are always beautiful and cute. So, be honest, be truthful. You're going to want to work on building your rapport or your relationship with your audience, especially outside of your pharmacy circles. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. So staying consistent is going to be really, really important to end the month strong, any month strong, but also ending your year strong and a stable foundation, because the moment you stop being consistent, it's going to start crumbling, and your algorithm's going to go down, and your visibility is going to go down. And then when you decide you want to start being consistent again, you got to start building that you have to start building that up all over again. In my past company, I just tried it because I didn't believe my sponsor, and I was like, okay, I'm not going to do anything for a week, and I bet you I'm still going to get my sales. I didn't. All right. I stopped posting and I stopped doing lives, and my sales instantly went down. I didn't have any sales for a week. And then when I decided, okay, well, this really hurt me, it probably took me 2 weeks to build back up my algorithm and my interaction back up, and just my visibility of myself, my brand, and my company. And that kind of hurt me that month. Not only will it hurt your visibility and your algorithms for your audience, but that's going to hurt your visibility and your, what is the word I'm thinking? Your visibility for your teams as well. Your teams are only going to be doing 50% of what you are doing. All right. And this is a big one for all leaders. This is something that I heard with my past company as well. But your teams are only going to be doing 50% of what you are doing. So if you want them to be 100%, you need to be doing 200%. Okay. You need to be running. You need to be doing all the things every single day. And there's people out there that do that. And that's fantastic. We all know that we all have lives, we have jobs, we have children, we have husbands that are men, grown men, children, and we have jobs, and, we need sleep, okay? We can't not sleep. We would all be crazy. So you need to remember that your teams are only going to be doing 50% of what you're doing. If they don't see you doing lives, they're not going to do lives, because they're like, oh, they're fine. They don't have to do lives, so no, neither do I. All right. They don't see you posting about the products, whether in your stories or on your wall or you're in your Instagram. they're not going to do it. Okay. When they see you doing the things, they're going to do the things. When they see you shouting people out or bragging about the company or bragging about a product, and they see the interaction and the comments and all the stuff that you're getting on those, they're going to want the same thing. They're wanting the same success that you are getting. Oh my God, my throat. So they're going to do the same thing. There have been times where I have been like really on top of my game when I did my Halloween lives, or every day that I did the Halloween shirt. Do y'all remember that? Every day in October, I did a live with my different Halloween shirt, and I did a makeup look, or I didn't do a makeup look, just depending on the day. But I literally had 2 people that I'd signed up that were in it only for the discount. They're like, oh, this is really cool. You're having fun doing this. I want to start actually trying to work this now. Okay. So you're also going to have those things when you're doing all the things and making sure that you're being consistent. You don't know who else is going to watch. Not only will it maybe draw in new recruits, it may draw in the people that joined just for the discount. It may draw people who joined and then left, may draw them back in. There's so many different pros for being consistent and making sure that you're doing all the things. Let's see. So remember that, write this down somewhere, like on a sticky note, on your whiteboard, or something like that. Your team is only going to do 50% of what you are doing. And that's really, really important as a leader. And if anybody has any questions, y'all can, I think there's a chat too. Don't mind me. Nobody has their camera on and I'm trying to take pictures. Okay, no biggie. Oh, I'm unmuted. Okay. Did y'all hear everything I said, or what was the last thing that y'all said? No, I was just talking to myself. Nina, not sure to that question. Okay, so what was the last thing that y'all heard? I don't know. Did y'all write down the, your team only does 50% of what you do? That's what we, okay. Okay. Thanks, Ruth. Okay, we're gonna keep going. Okay, consistency, 50% leader. So another really big thing to do right now, especially if you are going for a new promotion. I know we have some 18% and 22% in here that want director. We all have those people that we have recruited that are kidnappers or, okay, hi, Jessica. Jessica is Mia. By the way, Jessica Arnson is Mia. Good, thank you. But okay, so we all have the people that either join as a kidnapper or just for the discount, or people that say they're going to do things and they just don't end up starting, or life gets in the way, something happens, it's busy. It's okay, they happen. But now is also a really, really good time to make sure you're going through your back office and reaching out individually to those who are labeled risk 1 or risk 2, or those who are just inactive, that are still back there, but they're at 0. They've been at 0 since they've signed up. I've got them. Everybody's got them. It's a good time to just reach out and be like, hey, so-and-so, I hope the holidays were good, or I hope your end of the year is ending well. What a crazy year it's been, something like that. I just wanted to check in and see how you were doing. Leave it at that. Just do a check-in post, obviously. And once they respond, if they respond, move into the fact of just saying, obviously continuing the conversation, respond to whatever they say, and then just see what their thoughts are about pharmacy, if they plan on starting new in the year, if they're just keeping it for a discount, like if you know that they're just for a discount, but just kind of see where they're at, and let them know that you are running for a big promotion and it ends in 4 days. however you feel most comfortable, but have a conversation with them, check in on them, see how they're doing, and then kind of just transition into that if you feel like it's a good time to do a transition. Sometimes we know how they're responding, or if they're dealing with a lot, or if somebody's sick, or all those things. It may not be a best time to do that, but just go ahead and just check in with them, see how they're doing, and then go from there depending on what the mood is like. You never know, they may just be waiting for you to reach out to them. They may not understand something, so they just haven't started to work. But sometimes there's just those people that don't want to make the first move, so they're waiting for you. All right, so reach out to all your inactives and your people that are labeled risk 1 or risk 2, because there is some leeway that you can gain in there in these next 4 days. Okay. Focusing on ending the month and the year so far, and then we'll kind of get into our transition and thoughts and plans and stuff that we're wanting to do for 2021. Lots to talk about for that too. Nina, if you want to unmute and see if anybody has any questions, that'll work. I will let everybody be free if it works.
They can unmute themselves.
Okay, yeah, y'all can unmute yourselves if you have questions, thoughts, concerns. Remember, we are leaders, we're all adults here, so free floor. Let's just try to keep it constructively positive, or you know what I mean. But unmute if you have any questions. Hello. Everybody looks so happy. All right, well, if no one's gonna say anything, everybody look at the camera and smile. I'm gonna scroll through and do screenshots with everybody who's at least on camera. I probably look so silly.
I'm gonna take myself off camera.
Oh, yay. Got everywhere. Okay, cool. All right. Nobody has thoughts, questions, concerns, anything to do with ending December? Anybody have any shipping issues that are like absolutely major that I need to bring up with corporate once they open tomorrow? Anything? Nobody? Hi, Kinsey.
Can you hear me?
I can. Hi.
Hi. No, I think I had an issue, but I think it's resolved, or I understood what happened. Last month I thought I had hit 22, and then there was a return that affected my points, and I actually was like 10 points away. So
I'm sorry.
I know. But I'm like, that's not gonna happen to me this month.
Yeah, no, that's why we always push that cushion. Stacy, did I see something about? I'm glad we figured it out though, Ruth, because I messaged Ozan. I was like, Ozan, what is going on with Ruth? Okay.
Yeah, I talked to them. They actually called me back and they missed their call, and I haven't talked to them again. So I might need to call them again. Just okay. I wanted to get a list about what was going to affect, just because I was looking in the back office and everything. And when I was checking everything out, I was like, hold on, wait, time out. There's no way that there was going to be like over $200 that was going to affect Miriam. So then I called them and they were trying to clarify like what's going to affect points and stuff like that. So they said any returns, like if you had the wrong color, things like that, like if the customers didn't want it, those will affect you. But anything with like missing products, and they're like refunding you, or like whole orders, those weren't going to affect your
points.
Sorry. Yeah, your points. Yeah, and I was like, well, wait a minute. How do I know that this is a whole order? I have to go in and dig for it. So I was suggesting that maybe they have something in the system to where it says, like, okay, these are not going to affect you, like this.
Yeah.
Because it was really confusing. So I said, hold on, wait. I was freaking out just a little bit.
It was from another month, right?
Yeah.
So with that in mind, It was my second month, so I was really new and I didn't know or think about the cushion and how that would affect you. But my return was really I had requested, I submitted a ticket because one of the Beautiful palette was broken and they were going to send me a new one, but it was out of stock. So then they did the return. So that's what happened.
Mm,
Mhm.
oof. Okay. Yeah, those are
But
painful.
now I know.
Yeah. So it's always try, just because if something like that were to happen, especially with side points, even too, when you have the volume, but you don't have the side points, we really want to make sure that you have that extra buffer or that extra cushion in case something like that happens. And it's crazy because they happen more than we think. And we're not the only team that they affect. I mean, it happened in my past company too. So that's why I teach y'all like the side points is any 18% above or under you, they just don't count, even though technically they do count, some of them, depending on if you have more than one. But I just make it that way. So I make sure that you do have that extra cushion in the long run. So yeah, I'm so sorry, Ruth. I know that happened with Jackie too. And it's a really big bummer. But this time we'll make sure that we have everybody check. I actually have it on my calendar for every day of the month to make sure 4 days before. I'll make the reminder tomorrow for y'all to check and make sure that nothing is going to affect those side points, those extra points, to make sure that you get to that percentage point. So Stacy, you were saying that an order from the 20th of yours is not shipped yet?
Yes, it's still in warehouse processing. I'll double
Okay.
check it, but I think it's still there. I think I checked it like a couple
Hey,
hours.
hey, Stacy, you had said that when you were looking at the returns details, that it was the action date that you want to look at, right?
Yeah, the action. You want to look at the action date where they solved it. So it's going to be the first one. You'll see like the day that they received the product, or like the order, and then it'll say the date it received or something, the ticket was made, and then it'll say the action date. So that's the one you want to look at when you're trying to take away from your side points, because
Okay.
if it's like, for example, I think Ruth she got it on the 31st, put in the ticket, or she ordered it on the 31st, put in the ticket on like the 7th of November, but it got all cleared up by mid-November, and that's when it's going to take from that month. So whatever month that action date is, that's the side points it's going to affect.
Okay, we'll make a post about that too. Okay, so Stacy, you're the only one who seems like has a issue with shipping. Anybody else have any other non-taken care of issues?
Hey, Morgan, I know mine is still like, I click on the shipping because I was telling, whenever I had talked to Heather the other day about I had 42 items missing out of my November the 27th order. And so then they did a resent a credit account on the 2nd, and I had to call because it still never came in. And so whenever I talked to them again, then they said that it was sent back to them because my address was incorrect, which that makes no sense because it's the same exact address that hundreds of packages have been to. So I don't know if it was a UPS thing, but they were supposed to resend it on the 21st, and there's still no, like it says a shipment tracking, but it doesn't have anything. It just says it's on its way.
Okay.
But I mean, I would assume it's gonna come, it's the 27th, so I don't know.
Is it coming
Oh.
PS? DHL?
USPS.
Okay.
I had something like that happen to me, Jennifer, with FedEx. They changed my address. FedEx changed the whole address. And I was like, wait a minute. I did not tell y'all to change this address. And they had like all over the place. I was like, what is going on?
Okay. I will check in with y'all in the morning on that. I'll message Ozon too, and do that. I could probably actually message him tonight because he's Turkey. So they're 8 hours ahead. So almost time for me to message them. I'll message like 11.
I have one too, Morgan. I don't know if you can hear me. Sorry.
Mary?
I'm in the truck. I don't know if y'all can hear me. I had just one that was DHL, and I know DHL is horrible, but it actually switched over to USPS because it wasn't delivered, and it's the same customer address too. I called, or I checked it online, and it said DHL estimated delivery like I think it was on last Sunday. And then when I checked it again, it said insufficient address. So I called them, and apparently I had the wrong address, but it was the same as a previous order they've purchased before for me. So when I called them, then they told me that they delivered it to a USPS post office in Florida, I think. So now
Okay.
that I'm reordering everything because I called them. Of course, they're closed right now, the holidays. It just sends me to an automatic message. But DHL, it was originally DHL, and now it's USPS.
Okay, so it's not in transfer though?
No, it's already at the post office, and I've left messages, but I mean, I don't hear back. And it was 2 products that they ordered. I mean, I'm glad it wasn't a huge order. It was a rose clay mask and a cleanser.
Okay, I'll message you too about yours as well. Okay, awesome.
For me, I'm like Jennifer. I had my last 2 orders were missing so many products, and I messaged them, and I actually, I created 2 tickets, and I never heard anything. I always do, because I always have stuff missing. But this time I called them, and they were like, there's nothing we can do because the weight of the package shows that everything was in the box. And I was like, well, look, I promise it wasn't. And they're just not doing anything. And they're like, well, there's nothing we can do. I'm sorry. So a lot of those were customer orders. And like Jennifer said, it was part of the Black Friday deals. It was part of, it was 2 separate orders, huge orders for customers. So I legit had to go back and give them their money, like PayPal them back their money. So I lost out on their money, on my money. And they said there was nothing they could do because the weight of the package was, how it was when it was shipped out. And I was like, well, I didn't get it. I promise you. So yeah,
I'll message or message me the order number that you were missing, or I'll message you after, and I'll message Ozon that directly as well.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. All right. Any other shipping, missing issues, or damaged stuff? And then we'll move on. I don't want to make sure I don't miss anybody.
I have one.
Who's I? Hold on, let me squeeze it. Who is it? Oh, hi.
It's me. So I had someone under Griselda. She was a new customer, and apparently when she put in her address, her phone auto-corrected, and it was sent to a totally different state.
Okay.
And yeah.
That's happened.
So we don't know what to do.
Okay. I'll message you afterwards too and get that info, and I will send that to Ozon. Phone auto corrected, because I've had that happen to me too. Phone auto.
Okay.
I'll message you after too. All right. Got it. Anybody else? Because these are important. And I know we were getting off the holidays, so I will bug Ozon for you all. Let me see. Maybe tomorrow some stuff will change with the shipping, and we can always check before I message some of them. But like some of them where y'all have gotten no sort of update.
You muted yourself.
I didn't mute myself. It just keeps doing it. Okay. So I will message you as well, Sydney. I don't know where y'all last heard me. Any other shipping concerns or anything like that? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Am I muted? Hello? No, I'm not muted.
You're
Right?
good.
Yeah.
You're good.
Okay. Just checking. I'm like, no one's saying anything. Okay, cool. Awesome. Thanks, Hope. Okay, so shipping. All right. So moving into the new year, obviously we have what, 4 days after today ends, right? 4. Yeah, 4 days. So getting into 2021, as leaders, I think we need to have some sort of set plan to how and what we are wanting to do with ourselves, our team, at least maybe by quarter. And this isn't something that y'all need to do like this second, but it is something, a task that I want y'all to do maybe in the next 2 days or so when you have some free time. And so if you have a pen or a paper or your phone notes that you could type it in, I'll let you know kind of what I'm looking for. I want you to have, I'm trying to think if I want it to be by quarter, where and what you're wanting to be. Maybe that's a little bit more realistic rather than by month. What do y'all think? Should I have y'all create kind of like a monthly map for 2021 monthly? You think that's okay, or is that too much? Or a quarterly map of you and your downline where you're wanting to see yourself either by the end of each month or by the end of each quarter. Feel free to chime in if you think monthly
I
or
think
quarterly.
quarters are good.
Quarter. Anybody else have an opinion?
I like monthly.
I do too, kind of.
Yeah.
We could do both, maybe something different. I'm trying to
It
think.
just pushes them and helps them as well.
Yeah,
I
and
feel
some
like.
people might need something step by step.
Mhm.
Anybody else want to do the tiebreaker? Monthly, quarterly? Feel free to unmute yourself and chime in. Don't be shy, don't bite.
I like monthly just because
monthly.
I'm a professional procrastinator. So if I do quarterly, I'll wait
Same.
till the very last minute to do that.
Okay. All right. So we are going to do a 2021 monthly map. And don't make it too, what is the word? Intimidating. Okay. It'll be simple. So just, you can do it on a whiteboard if you want. You can do it on a PowerPoint. You can do it on a procrastinator here. You can do it on a piece of paper, but do maybe, let's see. We could do, let me show you. What do you do? Oh, okay. Can y'all see that? Kind of? Is that easy to see? Yeah? Am I muted, Danny? Okay. So, I mean, you don't have to do it on a whiteboard. I mean, you can either do it like in a folder or a binder or something. I like visual and possibly something that I have on my hands. I don't know what Hope said. But you could do like, I have no idea if that's, no, it's not. Oh, I'm looking at Danny's screen, not mine. I'm like, I don't see anything moving. Okay. I don't know if y'all can see my square. I need thicker. Here, I got one. No. You could do like, not prepared, obviously, like a square and label it. Can y'all read that? No. Okay, I give up. So do like a square.
Hang on, I can switch the view to speaker view only so that everybody can see it bigger, just for right now,
Yeah, let me see what it looks like.
because I can see that.
You can.
I think she can, if you make her a co-host, she can share her screen and like write on it, actually.
This is the first time I've ever like done a Zoom, so I can show on paper for now, and we can figure it out for the next time, maybe. I don't want it to be too difficult, but basically I was just gonna draw a square like this. And I mean, you can just draw like 12 squares, maybe 6 and 6. And then in the squares, maybe post your goal PV, goal GV, goal title. Really simple kind of stuff. And if y'all have known about my like mapping stuff that I do towards the end of the month, it's pretty similar to that. Goal recruit, and then anything special that you're wanting to do outside of that, maybe I'll show you. And you can obviously do it in whatever format you want, but these are what I'm looking for from the maps. Is something like that. Goal PV, goal GV, goal title, goal recruits, and anything extra you want to throw in there. But basically, you're just kind of like planning your creating or putting on paper somewhere and writing it specifically, because I feel like with me, like when I was learning Spanish too, I had to write things out to like know it a little bit better because I was spelling it and I was having to think, and just doing something hands-on really embeds it a little bit better in my brain and in my thought process. But also so you can put it somewhere, whether it's a poster board or on your whiteboard or on sticky notes. You can do a sticky note for each month too and just make a cute little like this, and y'all probably could see this, but that's a month. That's a month. You get what I mean? Something visual, something that you're doing physically to where you're getting that like memory, whether it's writing memory or, you know, see that, you know what I mean? But do that 2021 monthly map. And once you're done, I want you to post it in the leadership group. You can do your own post, or actually, no, I'll make a thread. We don't want to clutter that up. But I'll make a thread for the monthly maps. And I feel like it's something that where you're setting what you want to do, basically holding yourself accountable, and we'll have that thread there to post those. Does that make sense? Am I just sounding like I'm drunk? I don't know. Yeah, so for you and like your downline, so your team's goals. So like Nina, for you and your downline, Sydney, since you're under Nina, obviously your specific, your personal goals for you and your team. Because I know we have a lot of people on the same legs here, but you specifically and your leg under you. So Miriam and Stacy, obviously y'all are on the same leg. Miriam, maybe yours is platinum by June or July. So you focus on you and those under you, your team as a whole's goals. Any questions on that? Because I know I'm probably just sounding all jumbled and thrown together.
I just like that you said Miriam platinum.
Diamond, emerald, you know, whoever, whatever. It's all possible for all of us. I mean, we're literally, I mean, even though we're almost 2 years old, we are still insanely ground floor. And I've never seen a company at 2 years old being ground floor still. It's just insane. And it's not because it's a bad company or a bad compensation plan. We know that. It's just times are a little bit different and people are a little bit more hesitant to move over to things. So we're super, super, super ground floor still. So, I mean, anybody in here could be emerald or diamond. I mean, there's only 3 diamonds ever so far. So tons and tons of time, space, and room for everybody here to, you know what I mean.
So just our front line, correct? On the map.
Just your whole team.
Oh, the whole team.
So you and under, but you're doing like your goals. Okay. So if I'm Nina, so this is going to be your goal PV, Nina, your goal GV, Nina. So your total GV, your goal title, Nina, your goal recruitment, how many you want to recruit, yours specifically. But you're thinking of obviously your total GV for you and your title for yourself that obviously includes your whole team. But yeah, your personal monthly map for you. Does that make sense to everybody else too? I can see where that might have been confusing. And while we're at it, I have another homework assignment for you guys. Since someone said boards, let me see if I can find mine from the retreat. I want y'all to make one of these as well. These are fun. It gets your creative juices flowing. And it could be something else that I would like you to make one of these as well. I'll probably make a new one because I've obviously hit some of these, but I want you to challenge your team members to also do these as well. If you are local to your team members, you can have a night of it in person if you want, or y'all can do them on a Zoom with your team where y'all are doing it together and drinking some wine, you know what I mean. But I want y'all to all make one of these too. And then I'll post about it in the group as well, but I want you to make one, and then you're going to do a post with it on your Facebook, and I'll give a little bit more details on that as well, but I'm just throwing that out there for you. That's another way to hold yourselves accountable and really think about what you're wanting for this year. And it doesn't have to be strictly all business. As you could see on there was personal stuff on there too. Those of you who are at the Waco retreat know we did those there. So that and the monthly map are your homework assignments. I feel like a teacher. I'm so cool. Let's see. Yeah, you can make it some girls' nights. You can do them virtually too. I've seen people do them on Zoom. Okay, so I got goal boards, got the monthly map. We talked about this. Okay, so next thing, talking 2021, and of course, January as well. We want to talk about mega parties because we know that they have worked very, very well for us.
Sorry, before we go into the mega party, there was the question, when was the homework due?
Before 2021. So 4 days. I'll post it in the group too, because I know there's a bunch of people that aren't on as well. So they'll need that info too. Thanks for asking that, Chastity. I guess I never mentioned it. Thank you. Okay, yes. So let's pop into mega parties real quick. It doesn't need to be a long thing, but we want to figure out how we want to continue to do them. Do we do them monthly? Do we do them as a bridge between months? What are your thoughts, opinions about how we are going to continue doing mega parties? I am okay with any and all. I know none of us want to stop doing them because they work so well. But what are everybody's thoughts on mega parties?
Can I put my opinion? Okay. I love that face. So I love the monthly mega parties, but I do feel, you're about to agree with me. I feel like for some of the leaders, the ones that do the work for it, it can be a little much having them monthly. Have we thought about maybe doing them quarterly? Like have one like at the beginning of 2021 and then one in May when the next quarter starts, or maybe have one in March.
So that's why I was possibly suggesting maybe doing bridge ones. I don't know. I think it was Nina that said that the one that we did in June and July, it started at the very end of June and it went into July.
Yes.
That would cut them down to 6 rather than 12.
Yes.
I think that might be better than maybe quarterly, because I feel like we get anywhere from 50 to 100 new recruits on the team each mega party. So I don't want people to lose that, but I know sometimes too repetitive
I just know, coming from a customer's point of view, that us doing it every single month, they're going to be like, oh, Danny's going to have a mega party next month. Like,
right.
You know what I mean? I feel like if we do it like not every month, but maybe like every other month, or like bridge months, how you're saying, one that'll give more people time, like, because there are some people that $15 to $20, that is a lot of money for them, for some people. So that'll give them time to kind of like put some money away, get ready for it, and it can give us as leaders, the ones that really do a lot of work for these mega parties, it'll give us time to really research like good giveaways, things like that, get posts more prepared and things like that. So then we have, I mean, we're good about it now. We're pretty much on a schedule now, but it'll be really good for us to find like new content and things like that too.
So I'm writing it out. So what about February? So like Valentine's themed. I don't know if we wouldn't call it Valentine's Day, but we could do like Love is in the Air or something like that. So maybe February, maybe May or June.
I like the idea of doing them like quarterly, just because monthly for me, and I know some of my girls on my team, it was kind of a lot. Only because we're doing a lot of things monthly with our team too. Like Ruth and Miriam and I were doing like weekly Zooms and we're doing all this stuff. And I think if we did it quarterly or have like a set schedule, like we know ahead of time, that way we're not trying to like overwork ourselves too, trying to do like Zoom parties like we've been doing. And that way we know like, okay, look, we're not gonna try to like push Zoom parties or whatever at this time, just because the mega party is starting. And because I know it's a lot for some of the girls who are like helping with that, to go in and having like to tag and all that other stuff. And maybe it'll give us time for people to kind of like volunteer and want to do like some lives or something. And then we can talk about, I mean, all the leaders should be talking to their teams about the mega parties anyway. That way everyone kind of knows what they are when it does come up.
So what about the mid-month of every quarter? So that would be February, May, August, and November. I feel like that would hit some big points in there, because February is around when people are going to start spending money again. And Jackie just made a really good point. We could do like, and we could even make them like bridges to where they would hit 2 months, but only once in the quarter. So it could be like Feb to March. So end of February into March. So Jackie made a really good point about income tax. And then obviously we could tweak the dates, but then May could be May to June maybe. So that would still be one per quarter, but it's going to hit more than 1 month. So we're not missing some of things, because we know as getting into summer, things are going to change too. So like February to March, like end of February to beginning of March, and then end of May to beginning of June, and then maybe August to September. And then we could do them quarterly, but also do them as a bridge from 1 month to the other. What do y'all think about that? And then November to December, because then that would hit Black Friday, all the shopping, and then all the early dates before getting the shipping due dates by for like Christmas or the holidays. What do y'all think about?
I really like that idea, only because my team is too, just like you, I mean, my team is your team, but you know what I'm saying? We're an end of the month team. My team, we do like how the whole Empowered Empire does. We do really great at the beginning of the month. And then at the end of the month, we come back and like go full force. So I really like the idea of doing them end of 1 month into the beginning of the next month. So then you can have that end strong and then that start strong too.
And that way we're still hitting more than 1 month with one party, but it's still only one party per quarter or per every 3 months.
Yeah.
So.
No, I really like that. And then I like it too, like we're going to do it every quarter. So then we can, us as the leaders that do it, we can set like either we can get on Zoom or we can get on a FaceTime and we can like say, okay, this is how we're going to schedule it. And then Ruth usually helps us with the translation. We can go to her ahead of time and be like, hey, these are all the things that we need translated before this date. So then we're not like randomly like, hey, can you translate this for us?
No, I think that's a good idea, Danny. And then that gives everyone like enough time to kind of work on the different content for those times of year too, and just have different and not have like the same content and change things up.
And that gives us all the time sure that you get your new products, and we can have you just shoot all the content, right? I like that idea. Okay, send everything to Stacy. No, I'm just kidding.
Stacy does all the picture taking.
That's good, and that'll give us a month or two of new stuff to be coming out and stuff anyway. So we'll have some new where it's not just repetitive. I mean, the repetitiveness has worked because there's been a lot of people that have been in like 3 mega parties and then they finally join. But I think it was getting a little too much, especially for me, because I know I was just dying in this last one. It still was a great one, obviously, but I know people get tired from them, and the holidays is just crazy. So, okay, I think we agreed on 4 mega parties in 2021, but they'll hit 8 months. Oh, I thought Ruth was going to say something. I was like, let's see
Me
what
too. I was like, she's got something.
I was just going to type it. So I was thinking, and that could be more in the planning, but what if we expand our audience a little bit more? I love that we do cover lots of products, but what if we do it more like wellness?
Well, we'll be getting wellness 2021, so we'll definitely be doing that. And I always try to, and I know because how we were doing them. Oh, hi, Tabitha.
I am so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry.
You're fine. I know that sometimes they were just kind of sprung on there because we're like, oh, we got to get our mega party and stuff like that. So we were kind of rushing, but now we'll be able to plan it out a little bit better. We can theme it out a little bit better. And we'll know in advance of some of the new stuff because it's already been out and they don't know it from the last party. So I think this way will work really well. Okay. Anything else on the mega party before we go to the next subject? Anybody else? All right. So mega parties are done. So with the new year, we have our plans, our thoughts, where we want to be at the end of 2021 or at the end of each quarter ourselves personally, our teams, etc. But with that, it's going to need stuff that we are going to do differently or new stuff that we're going to add to our plates in order to reach those new levels, those new titles, those new goals. And that's going to include, obviously, sales. That's going to include recruiting. That's going to include building and branding yourself, building your network, building your audience. And that's not going to be possible solely on Facebook. We see this and we know this, and it's probably scary and intimidating to a lot of us, but we got to make sure that we are on at least one other social media platform. And I know some of us are. I know some of us are starting to branch into them, but come January 1st, we need to make sure that we are being consistent in at least 2 separate social media platforms. There's YouTube and Instagram are really big ones, as Stacy knows. I know Nicole is really working her YouTube as well. But we need to start doing that. And I keep telling myself I need to get on YouTube. I still haven't yet, but that's in the works for me. I am going to be working. Oh, I'm scared to death of YouTube too, Gail. So scared. But I actually, a coworker of my husband's is like YouTube, like guru, not in our specific sense, but he knows a lot about programs that can do closed captioning, can do virtual style backgrounds, about different cameras and lightings and stuff like that. And I'm once it's now the holidays are over, I'm going to message him and I want him to do some trainings for us in the page. He's not pharmacy related at all, although I think that he could be really good at it. But he's really, really good in the sense of YouTube. And he has maybe some cool new things that I haven't seen before that I want him to go over for our teams. But another person brought up TikTok. There's Instagram Reels. We need to start making sure that we are getting out there and doing something consistently, maybe not as much consistently as we are on Facebook, but we need to be doing something at least every day on another social media platform. All right. And there's a couple that we can choose from. But if there is somebody that you want to nominate, like Stacy is doing right now, obviously we're going to nominate Stacy to do some stuff about aesthetics and theming of Instagram. I have that Instagram thing that I'm going to be putting together that I posted about in the Dream Team. That's going to be starting tomorrow. It sounds like Ruth needs to show us about Reels so she can do a training on that. And yeah, Chastity, I love that as well. People
Ruth is, she's challenging herself for January, so everyone go watch Ruth because she said she's doing 1 reel a day in January.
I want to do that too, actually. Anybody else want to join Ruth and I about doing 1 reel a day? I like that. 1 reel a day.
I was gonna say, and Stacy she is stinking amazing with her content on Instagram. She runs like 3 different pages on Instagram for herself, so y'all need to go check her out because she's the bomb.
It's so hard. I think I'm only running 2 now because I just completely forgot about the other one. I'm like, this is too much. Actually, 4 if you want to count mine and Miriam's together, but
it's a lot of work.
It's a lot.
Jessica, a reel is, it's like a TikTok, but for Instagram.
And since TikTok recently has banned MLM stuff or whatever it is now, I think a lot of people are starting to move to Reels. I don't know. I saw that and I never really looked into it. But if anybody wants to join Ruth and I, because I'm now challenging myself that, or it could be a TikTok, but I like
Nina's joining. She said yes.
What?
I guess I'll join too. Nina's going to join the challenge.
I'll post about it in the leadership group too.
And I think Instagram's such a good, there's so much stuff you can do on Instagram. I prefer Instagram over Facebook. And I forgot about my Instagram for a little while because I started building my Facebook back up, but Instagram's where it's at, guys, because you can reach so many people.
Before I came to pharmacy, when I was just really down with Unique and I wasn't doing as well, that's where I was making my money, was Instagram. I was making $1,000 or $2,000 from doing Instagram collaborations and stuff. But then once I found pharmacy, that just went, because I was so focused on pharmacy. So yeah, it's pharmacy, Instagram owned by Facebook, but still it's a completely different thing.
It's way better. Yeah. I think 90% of my business from my other business it's because of Instagram.
Morgan did a reel the other day on food, and it got like 3,000 views in 30 minutes.
Not even 30 minutes. It was crazy. I was like, what? I'm freaking out because that was my first reel I ever did. All right, let's see. I'm missing something. Yeah, no, Instagram is awesome. Okay, so I saw Chastity, and thank you for that. Because I also want to do, starting in January, I want to make sure that we have 1 to 2 trainings a week in our just big Empowered Empire group, not just leadership, but thank you for throwing the video editing in there. I need to figure out if I have the right cord so I can kind of show how I do my video editing, but I might find someone else who's better at it. I don't know. If there's somebody that y'all want to suggest, let me know. But video editing is one, YouTube another. What other, and not just for you, but what other trainings, and don't say recruiting, do not say it. What other trainings do y'all think would be beneficial for you, for your teams? You kind of know the tone and the atmosphere of how your teams are feeling and thinking. I know recruiting is out there. I have a plan for those because obviously recruiting is going to be different for everybody. I have something on there, so stay tuned with that. But what other trainings besides video editing, YouTube? Ruth can do one on Reels. Obviously, I'll make sure that that's okay with you, Ruth, but that's fine.
I was just about to say that, Ruth. Staying positive, because I'm finding like lately people are getting a little discouraged. And I know it's just this time of year because people kind of just stop shopping this time of year. But I'm finding people are getting discouraged, and maybe just reminding people that there are silent watchers, even though they know that. I mean, I'm even having people on leadership levels on my team that are getting discouraged, and you just have to remind people that they're the silent watchers and to stay the consistent. I think people need to hear that.
Yeah, I like that too. And it doesn't necessarily have to be on business side effects. Motivation and mindset and being positive are big ones. Gail, I like yours on content. Maybe I could volunteer Stacy for talking about, I have a content calendar I can share too from the books that we did. But maybe I can talk with Stacy and some other people about them maybe doing a training talking about content, how to get over the fear of going live. Anything
Oh,
else?
what not to do during a live.
You want to do that one, Nina?
No. I went,
Any other thoughts, suggestions on training? And remember, it's not just for leaders. It can be for new people. It can be for your team, or it could be specific. Oh, here's the thick dry erase marker that I was looking for.
I think maybe we need to do a training in the big group on what to do once you get a recruit. Like, I feel like a lot of people think that us as leaders are the ones that need to take over after they get a recruit. And I think that some people need to understand that when you recruit somebody, that person is based not just solely your responsibility, but you brought that person into this company and that person joined you. They want you
I
to.
volunteer as tribute for that.
Are we volunteering Danny? Is that what you said?
She's volunteering herself, which I am perfectly fine with Nina doing that, because Nina is the perfect example of that.
Would that tie in with how to be a good leader with what Ruth just asked?
I think so, because when you recruit somebody, title doesn't make you a leader. When you recruit somebody, you're now a leader.
You okay with that one, Nina?
Yes.
That was a little hesitant.
Yes.
All right, what else? Because I mean, even if we want to do it like every other day as well, I mean, I'm all for it if y'all are up for it and your team's up for training. I don't want to overdo it, but I think we need at least 2 a week. Am I muted? Gosh, dang it. Am I muted?
No, you're not.
You're
muted.
not muted.
Okay.
I agree. I think my ladies need fresh. They need to hear it from you guys more than hearing it from me all day long, every day.
And I'll kind of tell you what I was thinking about the recruiting. I'm going to bring in some other leaders outside of our team to talk about how they do their recruiting, because I know we always hear from the same people in our legs, whether it be Christina or Heather or other people. But obviously there'll be certain people that I trust. But I was thinking of bringing in some other emeralds and platinums about what they do and how they do the recruiting and what they do with their teams. What are y'all thoughts on that?
I like that idea. I recently, last month, I think it was, I was asked to do a training in another team's group page that's not a part of the Empowered Empire. And I got so many messages after that from the leader of that team telling me how much just a fresh face coming into their team page really motivated them. And I think that like our teams really do need that. They are seeing the same faces over and over. They're seeing your face, they're seeing my face, they're seeing Nina's face. You know, they're seeing the same faces over and over, and they're hearing the same advice over and over, maybe hearing it from another person has nothing to do with our team may really motivate them.
That helped Nikki's team hit platinum, by the way.
Yay. I'm so glad.
We talked about that in Florida. But yeah, so I figured so. I know people are sometimes tired of seeing me, or I know that they're tired of seeing me. I'm here obviously in the background, but they need to hear some other things about how other people are getting things to work, because what works for me doesn't necessarily work for everybody else. So fresh perspective and clarity on some other things I think will be a good benefit. Anybody else want to chime in on what they think about me bringing in some other leaders outside our team?
I think that's a great idea.
Okay.
I love it.
Yeah, Danny, can you do another duplication in the follow-up?
Absolutely not.
Thanks so much for saying it.
I'm just kidding. Of course I will. That's my favorite thing to train on.
We have a lot of new leaders since your last one, so I feel like that would be a good one. And a lot of running to be leaders too.
Yes, that and personal development are my 2 favorite things in the world to train on.
Oh, good. We'll write down personal development too.
Man, I almost said something ugly. I forgot I was unmuted.
What?
I almost said something ugly.
You mean
I was just gonna suggest time management.
Oh, yes, I think that we need a new time management training, please.
we do need a time management training. Nina, are you volunteering as tribute for that?
She sure did just volunteer. Look at her.
I love y'all.
Okay,
Bye.
y'all. I'm volunteering Nina for that since she wanted to be funny. Okay, next. Okay, stop it. All right, so y'all want to kind of hear about some of the trips that they talked about? We want to talk about something fun.
Yes.
I need to hear more than one yes. I'm just gonna say that.
Heck yes.
Is Imre gonna be there? Because yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we need more.
Well, y'all want to talk about the ones that they are talking about doing in 2021?
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay, so 2021, obviously, depending on COVID and restrictions, they are planning on the most trips that they've ever done in 1 year. And this came specifically from Sanan's mouth, personally. I will say he does smell good too.
Does he smell like the Bali or the Baoli, however you say that? Because that's what I think Danny and I were saying. That's what we imagined they would smell like.
I have a video of him spraying himself with that.
I knew Imre made that just for me, so I could smell him the first time I meet him, not the next time I see him.
And they spray a lot of it on them, a lot. But it's not in a bad way, because y'all know how it smells if you have it. Spraying too much of it doesn't, I don't think, changes it or is too much ever. But anyways, besides the fact, okay, so trips. Obviously, there is going to be 4 turkey trips as of right now. Obviously, things can happen and, you know, whatever. We saw how 2020 went. It was the best year ever, but not really, and it's crossed through. Yes, with the Tude. Do you want to say something? No. Okay. Anyways, am I muted? Why do I not hear anything? Okay. Okay. So there's going to be 4 trips to Turkey. As of right now, they are going to be in March. Did he say March, May, August, and October? All right. And of course, the one in October is going to be tied to if they do their global gala in Antalya. That's usually when that is going to be. And the new requirements for earning the Turkey trip, the reason they changed them, not only to get more of us getting into Turkey, but because they feel like they need to really implant the culture and the history and the passion of the company sooner into their leaders rather than waiting for them to, you know, like hit founder or another really high promotion like it's been in the past. They want to start growing that culture and that implanting that history and family feeling type thing into their golden directors and above. So that's why they moved it down lower. They felt like those of us who are really working hard and stuff like that should also be getting it, and you don't have to just be founder to get there. So that's why they moved it to there. And instead of doing 1 to 2 trips a year, it's going to be 4. And so once you hit your golden title for the 5th time, you will earn that trip in order as you earning it, of course. So also there will be opportunities if you're like a top seller for 2 months or a top recruiter for 2 months. So for right now, for March's trip, the top 10 recruiters for January and December and the top 5 sellers for December and January will also earn a spot in that next trip as well. So Turkey happening 4 times a year for now on. And that's for golden directors and above. Director meaning obviously you've hit it 5 times. So I know a bunch of us in here, well, I don't know if everybody's on, but there's been quite a few already earned this trip. Myself, Amy Keller, Kimberly Metter, Danny and Hope so far. And there are some other people that are getting really, really close to that as well. So that's insane. Whose goal, and I want y'all to chime in because I feel like I'm not talking to anybody because it's so quiet. Whose goal is to earn a turkey trip next year? Hi, anybody?
I would love it.
Yes.
Oh,
Good.
What happens if I'm not legally able to go to a turkey trip?
What do you mean?
What if I cannot get a passport because of my past won't clear me?
You're gonna have to have a passport. I'm not sure. That's a good question. I actually think someone else asked something about that in the stars chat. So I will ask about that. I know at one point in time, companies would give a monetary value if they couldn't do the trip. I'm not sure if pharmacy is doing that, but I'm sure that will come up because some people are either sick or they can't travel because of health. I know Kel Hitt can't usually travel for long periods of time on a plane because of her health reasons. So I will ask about that. I know that that's a question that always comes up, but I didn't even think about that. So good question. Okay, so Turkey, yeah, you'll need a passport. So if you can get one now because these trips are going to probably happen real quick. And if you are within 6 months of your passport expiring, even if it's the dates of the trip, Turkey will not let you in. So you make sure y'all are paying attention to your expiration dates as well. So other trips, and also you need a passport for other trips too, possibly. They are looking at another cruise, a week-long cruise this year. And it'll most likely be to the Caribbean. It'll probably go out of Miami. So Turkey trips, they're looking at the cruise stuff because I told them that they should really take advantage of that because right now they're all having like ginormous crazy sales and because they've lost a lot of money. And so they're looking into those. Convention, right now they're thinking it's going to be June. It will be in Vegas. Obviously, we're just waiting on COVID restrictions and stuff like that. And they are looking into, this is really, really cool. But they're looking into, depending on titles for convention, I want to say for platinum and higher, they will pay for your ticket for convention and maybe even partial for your room. So that's really fun. I don't remember the exact words that they said, but they mentioned platinum and higher tickets will be paid for. They may even do it for lower. But that's really, really neat and really cool. I've heard of companies do that before, and my past company didn't, and I was always really bummed because I always worked really hard for those and they were just so expensive. So that's really cool. They're going to incentivize people for convention. Conventions are really good. And are really important not only to get your team members there, but to get yourself there as well, because you're going to be meeting your team, some of your team members for the first time ever. The trainings are awesome. Doing in-person events are always going to add monetary value to yourself and your business. But it also, like, I don't know, Danny may need to stop blowing up a group chat and come up back in here, but come in. There's just something about conventions and those types of events that really set you on fire and really just get you going and amped up and ready to just start working really, really hard. Lots of promotions happen, big promotions happen after convention type events. But Danny, can you pop on and talk about why conventions are so important? That'd be fantastic. Since y'all blowing up that chat.
I feel like I'm in a classroom and the teacher just called me out for not paying attention.
Were you on your phone?
Would you like to see my messages and read them to the class? So convention is really important because I obviously haven't been to one with pharmacy yet because COVID, but in our previous company, there was like a lot of trainings there. There was, you would get to go to classes and get to listen to other leaders in the company, like tell you important things to be doing in your business, things like that. And then you would also get to listen to the founders talk, have opportunities to meet the founders, things like that. I don't know how pharmacy is going to do them, but there's also time to collaborate with, you know, other people in the company, and like friend time where you can go out together and get to know each other. That's kind of how me and Morgan became friends, is because of something like that. And it really fuels your fire. Like I really think that if you can start saving for a convention, we don't really know when it's going to be and stuff, but if you can start just putting a little bit of money back and stuff, it's really worth it. No matter what status you are, it's going to really be worth it. I saw people in my old company that would be at the equivalent of like 3%. And that next month of coming back, they would have hit the equivalent of director, because it just really fueled their fire so much. So thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye. But yeah. So that's a good question, Tabitha. I would honestly, I mean, we saw at first, when they were releasing the convention tickets before they just postponed it indefinitely. I want to say it was what, $250 for the ticket. I think it was $250 for the ticket. Obviously, depending on where it is, you're going to have travel and stay. I don't know. I think a safe, good starting point, maybe 500. Try to aim towards saving 500. Now, I mean, depending on different incentives and stuff, you may get a ticket paid for or something like that. It just depends. I don't know. Maybe just start working on $400 to $500 in savings. What do you think, Danny? As a base, obviously it could be more, but
yeah, I would say about $400 or $500. I mean, you can even do it cheap too. I mean, obviously your ticket's probably going to be about $250, between $250 and probably $299. I'm not sure which one. But you can also, with my previous company, my first convention I ever went to, I could not afford, like I literally could not afford anything extra. And I bought my ticket while it was on sale. They had a sale. And then I literally ate in my hotel room every night. Like I bought food like from a grocery store and kept it in like the refrigerator there. Like, I know that sounds boring, but I mean, I had to do what I had to do. I mean, I still got to go out and mingle with people. I just couldn't really afford to go out to eat much, but I still had a lot of fun and learned a lot and stuff. So you can do it cheap, but I would, if you want to have a decent time, I would save up about $500.
yeah, I think so too. Let's see if I missed any other questions. Yeah, and their business write-offs, it's a business expense. Anytime there's an event or a trip for a direct sales business, if there's any sort of talk or call or get together where you're talking a little bit of any sort of little bit of business, that whole trip is a business write-off. And most companies try to plug in some sort of welcome that includes some training or some mindset coaching or something like that to where it makes the trip a business write-off. So yes, all this will be business write-off. So Turkey trips, cruise, convention. They're also talking about an France-Italy trip. And I want to say that was for platinums and up. I want to say that was for platinums and up. I don't remember. And obviously things can change. This is just stuff that they shared with us when we were at Florida, stuff that they're looking at and wanting to do. They talked about the Dominican Republic, and that place is gorgeous. I got married there. I was also there on an incentive trip, again with Danny. So the Dominican Republic is amazing. And they're also talking for like emerald and diamond, possibly higher Bali. And they even said possibly some other trips as well. So, I mean, that right there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 trips. I mean, that's counting all 4 of the 10 trips. That's counting all 4 of the Turkey trips, but that right there. So outside of Turkey, that's what, 7 options, 7 possibilities minimum right now for travel That's the most I've ever seen for any company. It's crazy. Just thinking about it makes me hurt and probably makes Michael mad. But yeah, so trips are a big thing. For a while now, we have been asking for trips because those really do push people to work harder. People like earning free trips. And when I say free, they're free. Like with my past company, they were free, but we had to pay for travel, and sometimes travel costs just as much as the trip. So that is really, really expensive. I know Danny's experienced that with the Dominican Republic trip. She told me the price of the tickets, and that was more expensive than what we even did for the trip. But pharmacy covers your flights, or they give you an allowance towards flights. Like for the cruise that I earned that we did, it was like literally one of the last cruises of the year before everything shut down. They gave me $200 for flight or for travel allowance. So that was really cool. I never had that before. And so like for the Turkey trip, when you go to Turkey, everything is paid for. Yeah. My doors are not open in my house. That's just how thin my walls are. I don't know if y'all heard that. But so for Turkey, the flight is covered. The stay is covered. The meals are covered. You just bring money for spending money. Everything literally is covered. And it's business write-off too. Almost done, guys. I know this is a little long. If y'all have to go, feel free. There's always the recording. We talked about that. Okay, we're going to kind of zoom through the rest here. I know in the leadership chat, for those that are 25% or higher, I'm going to bring it up in here too, because I want to include you guys, and I will make a post about it as well. But we are going to be creating another homework assignment, but it's not required. We're going to be doing a kind of collaboration for a video for the new year. Kind of like an opportunity type attraction marketing video. And so I'm looking for well-lit, non-blurry, sparkly or black clothing, obviously done up, 30-second video. Don't state your name or your title, just something that would maybe interest somebody in pharmacy or something that pharmacy has done for you. I'll make a post about it in the group as well. But I'm looking for some 30-second clips that I can put together for a video that we can all use for recruiting or attraction marketing opportunity type posts. There's some other stuff that isn't really important that I can talk about maybe tomorrow. Mexico and Canada launch, hopefully by the summer. We still don't really know any definite information on that, just because you can't just sprout a new company in a new country in a day. There's lots of things to go around and make sure that you have done, and figuring out the different currency and transitioning ultimately from the lira to the US dollar, and then to the peso, or to the, what is it in Canada, the loonie, which is funny. So that's happening. And then plus there's been COVID. So that's why there's just been delay after delay and stuff like that. I know. But we are going to, once January comes in, now that we don't have a mega party every single month, we are going to get those launch groups ready, one for Mexico, one for Canada, that we can start funneling all of our people in, teaching them, showing off what we have, so they're ready to go when we are ready. In my past company, they had launch groups like this, pre-launch groups for the countries that they're about to launch. And literally they had everybody prepped and prepared and ready for the day that they opened, and people would literally hit the top of the company in like an hour. It was the most crazy. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. Like an example, obviously it's not going to happen for everybody, but if you are really focusing on getting people in other countries and getting people lined up and making sure that they're ready, and them talking to their friends and them talking to their friends, you could literally get like 2 directors in a day if you did it right. Which ultimately, if you were gold right now, that would bump you to platinum in a day. So we're going to start talking about that as well too, and trying to figure out the best way to kind of organize that and get that ready. And then the last thing I want y'all to do, if y'all are still listening and y'all are still hanging on here with me, I'm so sorry that this is long, but first one that we've done, and I know that we're excited. I see some very tired looking faces. I'm so sorry. Don't hate me. is what I want you to do before I want y'all to do this on December 31st, and I'll write this down too. More homework, surprise. Is I want you can start planning it out together right now if you want to, but I want you to do some sort of reflection post on the year 2020. It can be a mixture of personal and pharmacy related, but I want, and I suggest doing a mixture of pharmacy and personal related, but I would like you to do a, what have you accomplished in 2020? And obviously there's going to probably be some difficult parts in that, or upsetting or negative parts in that, but I want you to make sure you turn it around and bring it to something positive. But I want you to share it with your audience and just say what has happened for 2020 and how pharmacy has really changed that for you. Or, you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? I want you to do like a, what have you done in 2020 and what pharmacy's done for you this year? And I want you to do a post, and it can be a picture of you. It can be a picture of you with your family. It can be a picture with you with your dogs, you know, something like that. But I'll post that as well. Any questions? I know this is a long one. This is our first one, so I've never done it before, and we had a lot to talk about. Do y'all all hate me?
I think this is awesome, and I can't wait. I'm excited that we're going to do it every month because I feel like it's just going to keep us ahead of the game.
Yeah. It's kind of a crazy plan, but we've got some sort of plan, I guess, or thoughts. So thank y'all for being here and rolling through the punches with this one. I had a whole list to go by. I kind of started getting excited, or we talked about something else, you know, or people talked about time management. So, you know, obviously I don't have it. So anyways, any questions? Oh gosh, my phone. Oh good. My phone is freaking out. Okay, sorry y'all.
Where will you post this recorded video? I missed everything prior to making sure we're working on 2 separate platforms.
Totally okay. Nina, I think it takes a little bit for it to finish the recording, right? Or no?
Yeah, it has to condense, and then I have to upload it to YouTube, and yeah, tomorrow.
It'll be on YouTube though?
Yeah, and I can post them.
Okay.
It's just these videos are so long, that's literally the only place I can put them.
Yeah, it's fine. I just missed a lot. I totally spaced out. I was supposed to be here and doing this, and then my daughter had my phone, and then I caught on. I was like, oh crap. So here I am.
No, totally fine. And I know some other people couldn't make the video that wanted us to start doing these, which I needed us to start doing these too. But we will definitely, it's been recorded, I believe, and it'll be posted in the 18% and up group tomorrow. And yes, we can do a vision board training, especially since we want to challenge our teams to do that too. We'll probably do that this week.
Can I ask a question?
No.
No, it's like a for real question. I'm not going to be a smart aleck.
Yeah.
Okay. I know. Sometimes that can be a little confusing when I speak, but okay. So going back to way at the beginning of the video when we were talking about side points and all. Sorry, I went away. When we were talking about side points and all of that, would it be beneficial to everybody in here if on Saturdays I went into our 18% group and just did a side point Saturday, like making sure, like going in there and saying, okay, everybody, let's all check our side points, see where you're at, and comment below if you need advice on what to do to get your side points. So then your direct upline can reach out to you, whoever your director is, whether it be me, Morgan, Kayla, Tabitha, Nina, whoever your direct upline is, they can get with you and be like, okay, like let's game plan for this week. So then 4 to 5 times a month, we are checking our side points. So then we're not on our last week of the month and being like, oh my gosh, I'm still $500 away from my side points.
What if we just, I think every Saturday might be a lot. What if we just did like the second Saturday or like the Saturday right before, like, let me look at a month.
The second and third.
Yeah, like the second and third Saturday or, you know.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with that too. I was just thinking like just a reminder, like, hey, check
Yeah.
your side points today.
Or even like,
Because I'm
I think
checking my
like-
side points like every other day.
like for January has, let's see.
I'm looking
Like,
at
it has 5 Saturdays. So like maybe like the 16th for sure.
Yeah, no, we can do that too.
Two
I'm fine
Saturdays.
with whatever, like twice a month, 3 times a month, whatever. I know me personally as a leader, and this is just me. I'm in my back office, y'all, 4 to 5 times a day, looking at numbers, looking at things. Here this week, I haven't been because we're all, you know, sick man child in my house right now and all that. But any other given day, I look at my back office 4 to 5 times a day.
Every
But that's
hour.
me.
I think
Every hour.
mid month would be good because, like, I mean, I'm checking my side points like every day,
Mhm.
multiple times a day. So maybe like month, like as a reminder, because then it gives people time to like do things that
Yeah, and if they need help calculating, you know what I mean? Like, because sometimes
Yeah.
people they still don't understand how to calculate them. And I feel like if we are on a live, they can be like, hey, these are my numbers. Can you help me figure it out, kind of thing. Or
And I'm gonna have Kel Hit do a comp plan training because I don't know if y'all know who Kel Hit is, but she is the most amazingly kind, I mean, she's amazing. She's our like up line, but she's really good at explaining the comp plan. So I'm gonna have her do that as well too, and she's really good at talking about side points as well.
I just tell my team, rule of thumb, subtract every 18%, every 22%, and every 25% on your front line, even though that's not the real way to do it. That gives you so much cushion.
Yep. I push that often.
Morgan, do you have any like end of year tips for us that we need to do before the month closes out?
Like I was saying at the beginning, inactive reaching out to those risk level 1s and 2s, those who are inactive. It may be beneficial, Danny, for you to do a duplication in the follow-up video tomorrow. I don't know if that's too much or too quick or something to do with that. I don't know. Or do you have it recorded? Am I muted?
No, I was muted and I couldn't get it to unmute.
Okay.
I have it recorded, but the recording that I have, it's only like 10 to 13 minutes long and it doesn't really go deep into it. I can do a live. I can let you know about tomorrow. Patrick's having a really hard day and he has a appointment in the morning.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, do we need to print anything? Like, my question for me personally, would it behoove me to go ahead and like print out any invoices I need before the end of the year, or should I just not worry about that? You know what I mean? Like
invoices, or do you mean reports?
Reports and both, actually.
So, and Amy, I'm going to go look at yours here in a second. So the thing is we will not have our January report till maybe like 2 or 3 days after January or December closes.
Okay.
So we can do that. I will check to see if they're doing like a year report. Gokin is actually online right now messaging in the stars chat. So I'll ask him that after this in a second. But Amy said, everybody needs to, Amy, you want to pop on and explain what you're saying? Because she needs to count your inventory for taxes. Amy, are you able to unmute yourself?
Right. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
You can hear me. Yeah, everybody needs to be sure to go and count their inventory for their taxes. Like any stock that you have on hand, you need to yes, on December 31st.
And for the value of it, or?
It'll all come into your, like you have so much in sales, so much in purchases and all of that, and it'll show your cost of goods on hand for your taxes.
Okay. I may message you about a little bit more in-depth details so I can tell other people too. Is that okay?
Yeah, I may message you too because yeah, that's what's confusing to me. So I will definitely need more information on that as well.
If everyone will go and watch Angela York Dean's thing that she did on taxes,
And
she
Dream
tell- she tells everybody in that training to be sure and get an inventory list, and that's how they're going to figure your cost of goods when you go to your CPA.
Okay.
Angela York Deans.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Morgan, I bet she would do something in your group page.
Yeah, I'll message her. I just wrote it down. I'll message her right after this and see if she'll do a live for us this week.
I bet she should, because I asked her about that. I asked her about doing like a Zoom with us, and because she can pull up like Excel and show us what she does. But she said she would do that anytime we needed it.
Okay, I'll message her tonight. Taxes, inventory. Okay. Other things for end of the year besides that, I will check with Gokin to see if they're going to have a report for like a year wise, but I don't think they will because we'll get that when we get our 1099. Let me see. Following up with inactive peoples. I don't know why I said that. We will see about a follow-up training before the month ends, or maybe I can just talk with Danny and I can do one. Other than that, anything else y'all can think of for end of the year stuff that we need to do before closing out the year? Another post idea that you could do, and I can show you an example because I need to do one too, is adding up your retail sales total that you've done this year, you and your team. That's a really good attraction marketing post that you can do as well. Like I added us up today and we've done 2.2 million in just a year in retail sales. So another post idea for y'all for thinking content wise and end of the year. Maybe just figuring out your numbers and seeing what you've done this year, and especially those of you who joined this year, go back and see all that you have done. Because I know some people like to compare to others. Like a lot of people, like myself, I like to compare to Heather or other people when I really shouldn't be, because everybody's journey is different and they do things differently. But going back and actually seeing all that you have accomplished in just this short period of time really is a morale boost for not only yourselves, but even your teams. So I challenge you all to do that too. Anybody else have any other suggestions before we get off? Or thoughts, concerns, comments, whatever?
So I'm piggybacking on what you're saying about adding up like how much your team has like sold for the year and stuff. So what I'm doing, I'm going to try to do it, God willing, with Patrick being sick. I'm going to try to like go to the Dollar Tree or something this week, and I'm going to buy like those foil numbers balloons. Y'all know what I'm talking about? I'm going to add up our team sales up until the last day of the month, and I'm going to buy numbers to correlate, you know what I'm saying with that. And I'm probably going to buy like cute little like the little blow thingies, and make like a really cute boomerang or something and post it on Facebook, because people really like to see something cute like that too. I feel
big, and Stacy could probably second me on this, which is why I wanted to do that video and why I've been getting these little headbands and disco ball things, and like the dollar section at Target right now has really cute 2021 stuff, but I plan on making lots of New Year content because that's really attractive to people, not only for the health and wellness and losing weight feels, but a new year, new goals, the typical stuff that everybody says, but that's really attractive for people. Getting yourself cute, taking some pictures, even if it's just one day that you put on makeup and you change your shirt like 4 times and your lipstick and maybe the color shadow, and doing different pictures and stuff like that. But you can have different things, and people will notice you and you'll stand out, even if it's with goofy glasses and stuff like that. But you can put them in your stories, you can put them in your reels, you can create 10 reels in one day if you wanted, post all of that. But this is all really, really good ways to draw attention to yourselves, to brand yourself for when the new year is coming, when people are thinking of what they're wanting to do, or if they are wanting to come over, maybe they should join with you instead of somebody else. And yes, what Stacy said, everybody else is getting inspired and motivated right now with what other people are doing. No, Chastity, the easiest way is to go to personal menu, and this is to add up your total sales numbers for the year. Go to personal menu, then the bonus information, and literally just add up your total GV for every month of this year, and then multiply it by 2. Because remember, that's just the GV, which is actually double what that is because that's retail. Yes? What?
And another thing, sorry, when you go live, be so energetic, be so much fun, because you know the first 10 seconds of your live is going to catch someone's eyes. Because if they are like, okay, I'm going to wait the 2-minute mark, nobody's going to sit and wait on that, because everyone's probably going to be watching the replay. I am a Google junkie on all of this. So the best times to go live is from 9 to noon. And then I think it was from like 7 to 9, I think. And then it did the days. So when you go live, be, spunky, and then like, it stinks, but ask people, like, love, comment, tell me where you're from, like, interact with them, just get them going. And on my post today, you guys would not believe, but and Jennifer can see, so I had a $70 purchase and another, I think, $70 purchase just by doing that, just by showing up and showing how excited you are, and showing like, the numbers are amazing and the teammates don't know that, or customers, but pharmacy is huge. We are blowing up. Everyone needs to know that we are like killing it. We are taking over. And I just think that, that's what that's what I do. And I would love more inspiration, help, and guidance on doing that. And whenever I go live, like I do that with Jennifer, whenever she goes live, I'm like, so why do you love pharmacy? What has it changed? I did that to her last night. I think that is so freaking important to do. Like, Morgan, if you go live and I send you tons of questions, you're going to be like, why is she doing this? I'm doing this because I want the world to see that pharmacy is so amazing. It's taking over and we are rocking it. So whenever I did this with Jennifer last night, she said it so amazing. And I think that one-on-one interviews, not interviews, or however you want to say it. I know I got it from Christina Hernandez, but like, what is your why? Like, why are you still here? Number one, because pharmacy is so seriously amazing. My skin has drastically changed. I have money now. I don't have to, look at my bank account. Just simple things like that. And just, I think that the interviews are amazing, and I would love for someone to interview me, or definitely if you see your teammates going live, hop on there and ask them questions. Like, you know what I mean? So yeah, I did that last night.
Love it. Yeah, no, those are good. I will say every time I pop on Melissa's lives, she's always super energetic and all that kind of stuff. And I always want to watch. So yes, thank you for entering that in there. Cause I know I myself can be guilty of like, I'm going to wait for a few minutes, let you get on. And when you get on a live and it shows you a clip for a second and then it jumps up to where they are technically. So you want to make sure that first 10 seconds that they're seeing is energetic, or else if it's not cool, they're not going to wait till it jumps up to where you are live at that moment. So thank you for mentioning that. What did I miss? Any other questions? Yeah, Stacy said if you have a business Instagram, you can also see your times where your viewers are most active as well. They don't have those sadly for Facebook, for personal pages, of course, but that's another benefit to Instagram. So if you haven't created an Instagram, or if you have one already, I highly recommend to switch it to the business Instagram type. I like that version a lot better. Yes. Yeah. And we'll go over that, Stacy, because I want to actually ask you about some stuff for the Instagram training that I'm going to start tomorrow. Chat. Any other questions, thoughts, concerns? Otherwise, I'm going to let y'all be free to go about your own ways. I know we've got numbers to check, and I know my phone's blowing up in the stars chat. I'm going to see if I can get some stuff taken care of for y'all that I talked about at the beginning. Any other questions? Thoughts, concerns? Everybody's looking tired. I saw like 3 people look up after I said that.
I'm not tired. I'm ready to do another live. I'm gonna do a charcoal mask. So I'm doing this. I want to hit director so bad. So thank you.
So much to do. There's so much time with 4 days left. Got it.
Okay, I have a
Yes.
question. Maybe I know that you have been saying stuff about the royalty circle. Now, whenever you count up your PV, you don't times that times 2, correct?
No.
Okay, because I know that when you just said that about the GV, I was like, wait a second, maybe I didn't know what but I do know what you've been saying. I just thought in that 1 second that I didn't know. Okay.
Yeah.
And then Amy said Angela York Dean is who we need to go look at a previous
Yeah,
video.
I'm gonna message her after this though, and I'm gonna see if she'll do a live for us or a Zoom for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, I'm good then. Thanks, ladies.
All righty, you're welcome. Anything else? I know I'm ready to get in bed. I've been driving for 5 hours today. So, anything else? Anything else important that comes to mind? I feel like y'all are just ready to click end, and I keep on dragging y'all along like, not yet, not yet, not yet.
No, I'm ready, girl. I'm ready. Let's keep going. I'm just kidding.
I need a refuel. This Diet Coke isn't helping tonight. So with that in mind, I will definitely post all the things I want y'all working on, our little homework assignments, that way those of the people who missed it too can do that too. But of course, just shoot me any questions anytime you want. Okay, guys? All right, let's finish off 2020 really strong and go into 2020 even stronger. And I will see y'all all probably tomorrow, on a live doing something, Okay. Bye, Amy. You look like you're just like, go away. I'm just giving you a hard time. Okay, guys. Bye. Thank you for coming to our first one. Bye. Everybody's leaving me now. Okay, bye. Bye. Jessie left. Mia left. Nicole left.
I'll be your last survivor. Have a good night, babe. Thank you so much.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Morgan. Have a good night.
Bye. Thank you, Nina, for letting me use your Zoom.
Anytime, friend. Anytime.
Bye, Nina. Bye, Stacy.
Oh my God, go away.
Bye, Miriam. I'll see you in the morning.
What are y'all getting?
Until I leave.
You staying on?
Will you please get me a large ice water with extra?
No ice water for you.
And Linda.